Hey there, y'all. Happy October. I am so late in talking with you and updating you on my 2017 challenges. I got really delayed because of some work travel, and then we had the threat of a hurricane, which very fortunately for us turned out to not be anywhere near as catastrophic as it could have possibly been, which was very fortunate. And we still had a perfectly satisfactory hurricane party, just in nicer weather. So that has kind of set me behind on all fronts, but I'm here today to tell you a little bit about how my year is going in terms of my challenges. And well, the answer to that is, as usual, okay. Let's go back to where I left you off. I had just left off telling you about July, which was my no plastic challenge month. That went pretty well. And I have actually managed to continue to incorporate some of the things that I learned in July in my regular daily life, to the point that they are now just completely habits, including carrying a stainless steel straw, bamboo silverware, and a collapsible cup everywhere I go, and like sticking to that. I've done it for a while, but really like it never occurs to me to not have those things anymore. So I feel like that was a super bonus for me that I discovered after my July challenge. Then came August, and I don't even remember right now what August's challenge was supposed to be, but it ended up being anxiety management August. Hold on. Because I had so much stress at the end of the month in July. So basically my only challenge to myself in August was to try and be super kind of conscious and aware of when I was getting anxious and what things were contributing to that. So I started a system, which I'm not going to show you right now. I'm going to do a totally separate video about that later. I started a system of tracking my moods and my stress levels, and also my quality of sleep, and also how much sugar and alcohol intake were in my day. So basically a really big habit tracker to kind of try and understand and coordinate like what's triggering these anxious episodes for me. Is it just stress? Is it something that I can manage? And then I'm sharing those results with my doctor. And like, it hasn't really been long enough for me to know anything yet, but I feel like because I started it and now I'm doing it every day, August's challenge to track and manage my anxiety was actually super successful. Even though I spent a lot of the month anxious, I feel like I learned a lot in that I will move forward with. So success, I'm calling that a success. September's challenge was initially supposed to be another no alcohol challenge. And I actually started that for the first several days of September, and then swapped my challenge. This is my universe, it's my prerogative to do so, when I realized it was literacy month. And I'd already been complaining, mostly to myself, for quite a while that I don't read enough. And haven't for quite a long time. So I switched to a read everyday challenge, and I was super successful with that challenge, and I'm so happy because it's very easy to get out of habit of reading. I mean, we're all really busy and doing a lot of things, and there's a lot of other entertainment that is so much more readily available through phones and televisions and streaming services, so I'm really proud of how much I read in September. Even though it wasn't like a giant number of pages, I read almost every day in September a little bit, and it helped me remember how much I love reading and why I love reading. And so that's been a really positive impact that I'm trying to continue. October, I'm falling off the wagon a little bit, but before I talk about that, let's talk about how well these challenges met my overall goals for 2017, which were to feel physically better, to have less stress in my life, to save money, and to live greener. Those are my 4 goals for 2017. Spoiler alert, those are going to be my 4 goals for 2018 too, and possibly the rest of my life. But let's start with August of 2017. Did I feel physically better managing my anxiety? Not really. I mean, I don't know. I've been kind of up and down and changing ideas about how I want to eat a lot. I've been in a lot of flux in terms of those things. So I don't know if I'm just going to call that a null category. Did I have less stress? Overall, I think I did. I think sometimes when we really like address issues and pay attention to them, it can help us manage them at least a little bit, if not eliminate some of that problem. So I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say I was stressed less. Not as much as I would like to, but hopefully in the future that will work. Did it save me money? No, it doesn't. It's not applicable really. And did it help me live greener? I'm going to say managing my anxiety did not help me live greener, but living greener helped me manage my anxiety. Does that make sense? Did that come out right? It became a way to focus some of the energy that I think comes out of stress, to really think about what my environmental focuses are. So yeah, what I said. For September, literacy challenge. Did it make me feel better? This sounds so weird, but yes, it absolutely did. I literally feel like when I first, not the first book I finished in September, but the second book that I started, which was The Heart is a Lonely Hunter by Carson McCullers. I guess I should tell you what I read. Anyway, when I started this book, literally within a page, I literally physically had like just changed. And I was remembering like the beauty in language and why I love to read and why I became a linguist to begin with, and why I've always loved and promoted literature. So yes, I think it physically did make me feel better, and obviously, as you can imagine, it dropped my stress level a lot to have those moments at the end of my day every day. Did it save me money? No, because I bought more books. And did it help me live greener? Yes, because the books I bought were ebooks, not paper books. So I was pretty proud of myself on that. I prefer and love an actual physical book, but I swore to myself that I was going to stick to e-reading books because I already have a lot of physical books that take up space in my home, and I don't want to create more waste. Even though books are never waste. Don't let me talk myself out of this resolution to myself. So what did I read in September? In September, I finally finished rereading Game of Thrones, the first book in the Song of Ice and Fire series by G.R.R. Martin. I should have brought these in here to show you, or e-reader. That and the Carson McCullers book are both physical books that I already owned. I have not finished The Heart is a Lonely Hunter, but I'm about halfway through, and it's just so damn beautiful to read. And so I'm really enjoying that, and then I'm also just finishing Hope in the Dark by Rebecca Solnit, which is helping a lot relieve my social justice anxiety. So yeah, September super successful, I think, across the board for my personal goals for 2017. October. As I said, the whole 1st of October basically disappeared. I traveled for work for a week, and then I had to rush home and prepare for a hurricane that very fortunately did not do any damage to us, but it did usurp the entire first part of the month. So today is October 8th, and I'm basically starting the month now. My goal for October was to be a sew everyday challenge. I don't think I'm going to be very successful at it, but I do think the next 2 weeks are going to be some kind of crazy crafting frenzy leading up to Halloween and Renaissance Fair season. So hopefully by the end of October, I will have some sewn pieces to share with you. I did sew both the 1st and 2nd of October right before I left for my trip, but those were like mending jobs that aren't particularly interesting to look at or talk about, but they were necessary, and I did do them. So technically I have 2 days out of 8 that I did sew, but off to not a great start, especially because I also realized I need to spend some time prepping for NaNoWriMo, which is my November challenge. So we'll see how many hours I can create out of a very full day, and obviously I will be back to let you know how those challenges continue to go. What do you think of my 2017 challenges for myself? Do you have any recommendations? I still haven't definitely narrowed down something for December, so I'm absolutely looking for ideas for that, keeping in mind those goals that I have for myself this year. I hope your Rocktober is starting off so excellently, and thank you so much for watching. I will see you soon.